Hey everyone. Sorry, I was been sitting here for a minute, but I was watching commentary on that blown call um against Alabama last night. Um yeah. Alabama would have lost that game, but man, that was a horrible call. Just horrible. But you know, it is what it is. What is wrong with my beard over here? It's like half of it. I don't know. How y'all doing? Sizzle, Leeser, Rob, Baldy. Hope everybody's doing great. Let's see. Oh man. I It's been a rough week. I've been busting my tail on college. It's There's roughly 2 weeks left in the semester. I've got a paper due by midnight tonight, and uh, yeah, I've spent all day trying to get this paper knocked out, um, or finished, and yeah, and then tomorrow I've got a exam, and what else? No final exams next week, but I got a project that concludes one of my classes. It's due Tuesday night, and yeah. See, pre-Thanksgiving weekend feels like the calm before the storm. Yeah, it's there's a lot going on this week. Plus, I'm going to be smoking a turkey. I guess I'll be putting it on Wednesday. My major is going to be human resources management. Um, we'll see how that where that gets me. 3 weeks, mostly key assignments and finals. I think it is 3 weeks. But a lot of my stuff is like we're wrapping up and it'll just be finals. Um, so I don't know. All I know is I'm tired and I've got two classes, two-week classes. They're both 3 credit hour classes that I'm going to be doing during the winter break. So, uh, let's see. Don't miss college. I understand you there, Ron. I mean, Rob. How you doing, Ron? Uh, no, we're not calling me doctor. I am just getting my bachelor's, so winter semesters of the goat. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how hard it is. 2 weeks to do a 16-week class. We'll see. I may not ever do them again. Cheers. Okay. Yeah, I haven't took any yet, so we'll see how it goes. Doing great. Finally able to join the live show. Yeah, we're happy to have you back. Um, Looks like we got about 7 people, and I'm gonna say this again during the live, especially we get more people in. Um, I've thought about it a lot, uh, and I've tried to come up with other things, but I am going to have to um, postpone. Postpone isn't the right word. I'm gonna have to stop doing giveaways on the live, at least for the near future. I do plan on getting them back at some point. It's just I can't afford it. I just can't afford it, and that's just I don't mind doing it. I like giving to my community, I just, I, yeah, it's, it's getting a little tough. And, you know, if, if the site was doing a little better, or if the YouTube page was doing a little better, it might be different, but it's not. Um, right now, I'm far from breaking even, and that was never never the problem. It's just, the yeah, it's just gotten to be a little out there for me. Let's see. So I hope y'all you know, just I ask you for a little understanding on it. We will start it back at some point, and I know that 99% of y'all are not in here for that. Um, it was just a good perk, and I appreciate it. See, doing great. Oh, no worries. We could giveaways can be tough though. Yeah, they are, Rob. Man, I just keep getting. I bought me a watch, and it's given me tons of uh, alerts. With that being said, about spending money and tools and all that, I haven't spent a whole lot. And has anyone noticed there haven't been any like, oh, I've got to buy that deals for Amazon Black Friday stuff? Or do you think they're going to come next week? Or I don't know. Every single thing I've seen is something that I probably could have bought 2 weeks ago for roughly the same price, or waited for just a little bit of a giveaway, or caught it on, I mean, not giveaway, a little bit of a sale, or a Black Lightning deal. Yeah, I guess they want everybody to be included, and when you do that, well, that means they're only going to take a cut of a certain amount, so they have to spread that cut out among more people. I guess they got tired of people beating each other up over a TV, so they put more TVs out there. But now, yeah, the Quinn Master Set at $299. I might have to look at that. Um, I know I've seen some Craftsman Master Sets or Craftsman sets that come in the no, the Husky set that comes for your little pack out box, and that was pretty neat. It's a pretty good price at Home Depot. The one normal goes on sale every year about this time that I really like, and I think people should probably jump on, is that Milwaukee screwdriver. And that's always a good deal. It's like $59. It comes with the little screwdriver, the little screw gun, two batteries, a charger, a case, $59. It's always a great deal. And then you turn around, and if you've got a military discount or whatever else they do, that's another 10% off. So it's always a great deal. Let's see. Best Buy has had special SKUs for Black Friday. That was B stock items. It seems like Black Friday month with less deals. Yeah, I agree. Icon socket sets, I think, are like 40% off this week. That's cool. Weekly giveaways can get on the expensive side. Yeah, the whole time I'm not gonna add it up. It adds up, but yeah. Um, let's see. Let me look at the deal on that screw gun. I seen it a few days ago. It may not be there no more, but let's see. Uh, Milwaukee. M12 screw driver. Well, okay. Yeah, it has went off. It it is no longer on sale. I know I seen it a week or so ago. Let's see. It is. This doesn't. No, that ain't the right one. But this is a pretty cool deal. That's the screwdriver with one battery and the 3/8 ratchet and the charger and a bag for $89.10. So it's the 3/8 ratchet, the little screw gun. That is that's a daggum good deal. I can't find the screwdriver though. Or maybe they're not showing, maybe they're not showing it to me. Maybe it's somewhere else. Yeah, I'm not finding it, but that other is a dang good screwdriver deal. Let's see. I need to get another semi-deep metric set. Yeah, that's cool. That was the same at most. Probably use leftover parts for lack of a better word, and produce Black Friday exclusive SKUs to make you think, yeah. A lot of it's a trick. A whole lot of it's a trick. Sometimes, though, there's some good things. There's some good deals out there. Um, but most of the time, it's I raise it 50 cents and I lower the price $1, and I want you to think you're saving $5. And yeah, let's see. Spent a few years in electronics retail sales. Baldy, where are you asking where is that at? Are you talking about the screw gun or are you talking about something else? Always missing Black Store in store Black Friday deals because I've always been too hungry. Yeah. Finally have my resin printer figured out. It's been a struggle. That's uh that's cool. Uh Maybe you can show us at some point they're going to do a community deal and you're going to be able to it'd be just like a forum. You're going to be able to post pictures and all kind of stuff. Looking forward because I'd like to see some of this stuff. I know Rob, you've got my email, so but that deal is at Home Depot. Um it's one of their Black Friday deals. So should be I mean that's a good deal. It's not, exactly what I want, what I was thinking of, but yeah. Let's see. I think sales will pick up after Thanksgiving. Probably. The thing is, we all know Black Friday, it's all it is when stores go from the red to the black. In other words, this is about the time where they start actually making money, which all it is flip flopping, numbers around. No one's going to take a loss all year long just to wait till November to start going into the black. Unless you're a manufacturer and that's how your model is. But still, that's banking on something that hasn't arrived yet, you know. Fishing lure mold. That would be cool. That would be cool if someone's good at CNC or CAD. drawing up all that stuff. That's awesome. And what is wrong with my beard? Why is it? It looks funny in the video, so it keeps bothering me. So, cars. Sorry about that. Cars. What car did you get rid of at some point in your life that you regret? I mean, like, you think about it on a fairly regular basis. And I'll tell you the biggest screw up, the biggest, yeah, I agree, Bob. The biggest screw up I ever made. The one that, there's two that I really wish I still had, three. But the biggest one I messed up on was, it was roughly 1992. No, around 91, between 91 and 92. I had a 64 Chevrolet pickup, small window, step side. It's short bed. It had the place for the wheel and the fender well. It was that classic aqua color, turquoise or whatever it is. Beautiful old truck. I mean, the body was straight. When I say it was beautiful, it was just straight. It was not a lot of rust. It was a nice, well taken care of truck. There wasn't anything special about it. It had been run hot. So when we got it, Dad knew someone had some pistons. We got some used pistons, bought a re-ring, a rod bearing, main bearing kit, new gaskets, and we pulled that thing out, put new rings in it, and those used pistons, because it had galded the pistons. It'd run hot and galded the pistons. And we got that thing back together, and I drove it for a little bit, not too long. The problem with it was we should have replaced the cam bearings. Cam bearings would give up the ghost, and as soon as the oil got warm, it went to 0 psi oil pressure, no oil pressure. And it was correct. It was reading correct. But it was very low. And I kept, for the first few weeks I drove it, like just about every other day I'd come home and something was wrong with it and I'd have to fix it. Come home the next day, something was wrong with it. I'd have to fix it. Like 3 days in a row, I blew wheel cylinders, instead of doing them all four at once, I would blow one, fix it. Cause I didn't have the money to fix it all. So, a little bit here and a little bit there. And I'd end up having to borrow money from Dad just to fix it, to get back and forth to work. And I ended up getting someone else's troubles when I gave them mine. And, I told them what was wrong with mine, but yeah, they didn't tell me what was wrong with theirs. So I got messed over out of the deal. And the thing is, the guy I sold it to, it had new tires on it. He sold the tires, put some raggedy junk on it, and then sold the truck again. And that truck never was rebuilt. And they drove that thing around that. I seen it for years to come. They never did anything with that truck. It never needed to be rebuilt. They just drove it regular, and it was no big deal. That truck today, yeah, you couldn't touch it. And it was like a $400 truck when I had it back in 91, 92. Let's see. A 90 Ford Ranger V6 4-liter. Pretty cool. 88 Thunderbird Epic Chip Box had the elusive 302. Super rare V7 config. Comfy, reasonably reliable. Single owner. Sold it to go to college. Yeah, I understand. 86 Ford F-150 four-wheel drive. Those are great trucks. What was the engine in that four-wheel drive? Was it a straight six or was it a 302? see. I gave my gym buddy my old Ford Focus that didn't run, ended up troubleshooting, fixing it for him. $18 relay. Yep. He drove it around forever, huh? Let's see. That's okay, Bruce. The first car was a 75 Camaro LT. Loved it. Wish never got rid of it. I understand. 91 Olds Aurora with a North Star. Huh. With a North Star. Those North Stars were technological revolutions that no one wanted to work on. My Camaro was plain old 350 small block Holly 650. It would run. Except past the gas station, huh? V7 was not a typo. Okay, I get it now. I didn't get it before. I get it now. He's still driving it 8 years later. Yep, that's how it works. It ran through the gas. So, yeah, and it's aggravating. The car I miss the most, I bought a 87 5-liter Mustang. It was an LX. I bought it in 1993. I owned it for the most part. There's a little bit to that, but I owned it for the most part until 2012. I went through 3 transmissions in it, same engine. But in 2012, the Army was moving me to Fort Hood, Texas. And when I looked up all the regulations and everything, that county had emissions testing, and your car had no, it wasn't emissions testing, but your car had to pass inspection. And my car, it was not going to pass inspection. So, and that was Bell County. So we needed a little money too. So I sold my Mustang, even though I'd had it forever. And I ended up moving to Coryell County or something like that didn't have to go through all that. So yeah, I messed up on that one too. I wish I could find it, but it's probably so ragged out. The poor thing was the windshield was messed up. It needed a new one. The heater core was gone in it, was shot, leaked all over the place. The engine, it had been run like hell all its life. And it had about 120,000 miles on it. And I had I'd beat the hell out of it. Like I said, I went through 3 transmissions, straight shifts, T5s, rebuilt 2 of them. One of them, I started rebuild it the 3rd time, but instead I bought one that was already running and doing well, So I miss it. Wish still had it, but I don't. Plus, sometime in the early 2000s, I stripped the paint off of it because it had been peeling up. The wind would get under it and it'd just peel it off. And it had been buffed too hard. It had gotten too hot. And so I stripped it down and I painted it, or I primed it. But instead of priming it with primer, sealer, I didn't know much about it all, and I'd put a coat of primer. It's the base primer. It's a primer so everything stick to it. I don't know. And I left it at my dad's for 3 years sitting outside. And I come back home and my card went from a grayish green to pink because it was somewhat rusting underneath the primer. And Yeah, because I didn't put a primer sealer on it. I put a the wrong thing. I should have went over what I did with the primer sealer. So yeah. So what did I do? I went and got me a bunch of flat black paint, about 2 cases, and painted it. So uh, had the 86 last with the four banger, was a good ride. 86 Mustang LX. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm a big Mustang guy, but it is what it is. And but the last one that I miss, kind of, but it was because it was such a dang good truck. Sometime around 1995, 94, 95, I bought me a little hoopty Toyota pickup. It was either a 79 or an 80. And what it was, what's the engine in it? 22Rs, 24R, 20R, something like that, I think. It had been hit in the front. The radiator was bad, and it had a black wooden flatbed on it. And the kid I bought it from had been using it for his mowing business. I bought that truck and I fixed the radiator, and I ran that thing for years. I hauled off so much scrap iron, went back and forth to work in it. And there was even a time when that was the only vehicle me and my wife had. I mean, like, that was all we had for me, her, and my at the time 6 or 7 year old boy. And we would crawl in that thing, be all squeezed together, and go wherever we had to go. But it was paid for, and good on gas, everything. And I ended up selling that thing for more than I'd paid for it. Sold it for $600. Shouldn't have, but yeah. See, my dad and I now have an agreement that we will never sell another car. We can just park them on the farm for parts and farm them for parts. Let's see. We always regret selling cars as the rose tinted glasses cloud all. Yep. First car was such a S box, but got it for $250, not running, just needed gas. And painted it, lasted 10 years. That's awesome. Have a Toyota pickup 88 with a 22 RE motor. I haul everything with. Those things are just, man, they're just dang good. I mean, I don't know what to say about them. Those engines were just good. And they were efficient. They were fairly strong. And I told you it had a bad radiator in it. Well, it took me a little bit to afford to buy me one. And I run it hot a few times. I even run it hot enough and put cold water in it like a dummy, and I ended up doing the head on that thing at least 3 times, or putting new head gaskets on it at least 3 times. And it always went back together and run great. All I had to do was make sure I, set my valve lash and everything on it right, and I was good. The daggone things were just awesome. See, modern cars and trucks are undersized motor and turbo the heck out of them. Yeah, they do a lot of, manufacturers do a lot of stuff. 62 Chevy Impala 4.9 Clove. Sold it to a classic car dealer in Iowa. Last time I knew a guy in Grand Rapids bought it. Fast car. Those are pretty cool. I am not liking this new bourbon I bought. Not happy at all with it. I was hoping I would like it, but it is just not right. Let's see. Current project, 93 F-150, extended cab, great for yards, leaves, and storage. Yep. So I don't know if y'all seen it. I think I put it in a video, but I might not have. My son, well, I've got a 1986 1986 F-150. It was mine. I bought it in 2010. I gave it to my son in 2017, and he's done a little bit to it. It's a straight six, granny 4-speed. It's rough, but he bought it. Me and him went and he got him a newer truck a few weeks ago, and he told me, he said, "Well, Dad, if you want it, you can have that truck back." And I'm like, "Well, heck yeah!" So I'm going to get to working on it and maybe figure some stuff out. Sorry, I think might have a runny nose. Do I? Let me. Yeah, I'm glad you made it, Ray. I'll have to see if this is good for an old fashioned. I don't know. It's just it's extremely oaky, and I like a double oaked, but this one is just wrong. It's too new, if that makes sense. Let's see. The Toyota pickups run forever. Yes, they do. Always get more business in pity mowing yards, and I hate Scout though. I understand. Do you mow a lot of yards, Baldy? Is that your main thing, or harvested from the barrel before it could smooth? Yep. And I think that's what it is, especially when they double oak it. See, it's only a 4-year period. This needs to go back in a barrel. I won't touch their products again. That's just disappointing. Let's see. Just for bare money, can't beat the hourly pay of a yard or three. I understand. I've thought about it. Just taking my old husky lawnmower and going out and cutting a few grasses, putting my, veteran owned and operated on the side of my truck or something, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for the screwdriver set. Love them. Thanks. You're welcome, man. I was glad to be able to do it. See, easy way to make great shine is a baby swing. Easy way to make great shine is a baby swing. I get what you're saying. Put it in your barrel and set it to rocking, or put it in a container. I thought about buying me for some of my whiskeys that I get that are just not right, is buying me something and letting them go. What I might do is buy me one of those small barrels and get me maybe a char one, a real light char, and add this and a few others I've got to it. Maybe do some mixing and tasting first, and then see what I can, come up with. See, easy way to get. I'll stop when I graduate. Yeah, I understand. I ended up having to stop doing dump truck stuff while I'm going to college, and it was under the table money, but yeah. Had to grab you a bourbon from my favorite distillery. Springtime, we are going next. Cool. What distillery is it, Ray? So I age it. Yep. Swing is a simple, easy way. Yeah. I have been considering setting me up a setup. I've always wanted to do it. I've got a book that it talks about making alcohol to burn in your vehicle, and I've thought about trying that out. I've got a lot of prepper stuff, Go figure. Oh, I've got these books by some new dude. His last name is Gingery. He talks about making a coal-fired, charcoal-fired furnace, making a lathe, mill, and all kind of different things at home. And it's a pretty neat set of books. Maybe I'll put some links to them online on my page. Let's see. Do a series on cooking with your car. Yeah. Like motor heater headers or whatever. Y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all watched. What was the name of it? Tool Time, or was that just the name of his show on the show? I don't know, but yeah, Tim Taylor's Tool Time, and they did an episode where the construction people were cooking on their vehicles or what have you, and one of them pulled the dipstick out, wiped it off, and used it as a skewer. In the Army, I used to take my MREs, and if we wasn't going anywhere, so if we were going somewhere and the engine heat would actually get hot enough and it was winter, we'd throw them right there on the dash and heat the MRE up. This was for MRE heaters, were something they put in them all the time. But if we wouldn't go anywhere, we'd run the truck and we'd throw it up on the exhaust and heat them up that way. Let's see. Barrington in Pinyon Finger Lakes, New York. Okay. That sounds pretty neat. I might have to look that up. Those were great wrapping. Thanksgiving dinner in full on the way. Yep. This is Home Improvement. Okay, Home Improvement. I enjoyed Red Green with his contraptions. Yeah. Oh man. But hey, if you're just joining us, I told everyone earlier, and I'm going to let you know, I am suspending the giveaways for now. Like I explained to others, it's not really feasible at this point. Maybe later on when things get a little better, I can start them back up. I'm hoping it won't be too long before I start them back up. But mainly, I mean, if I do any, it's going to be like when I hit 3,000 or something like that. And it's going to be with stuff that I already have that maybe I've reviewed and I just don't need. There's no sense in holding on to it. But yeah, so just wanted to let y'all know, some people, I doubt anyone stays in here just for the giveaway. But if there's anyone that does, hey, I understand, Dad loved Red Green. Yeah. Let's see. Grilled cheese on the little shovel. Yeah. Yeah, that was some pretty neat stuff. But yeah. We got off on a different subject, didn't we? Instead of talking about cars we loved and hated getting rid of. But it is what it is. This coming week, I do not know what the content is going to look like. I have no idea if I'm going to be getting anything, being able to do anything up. I'm still trying to get a lot of homework done. So, but I'm going to try to get a video out. It's just tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be studying for exam. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to be working on a project that has to be turned in by Tuesday at midnight. And then I've got a few assignments for one other class that I've got to get done next week. And it's just, so I don't know what content is going to look like. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. I'm hoping for sure get back into it by next week, though. Back to at least 3 a week. So, yeah. Let's see. Finally got to use my Matco Flex head. That's awesome. How are you liking it now that you're using it? Quick hit on sales, perhaps. Yeah. I'm here to hang out with all of you guys. Well, I appreciate it. That's awesome, Ray. I've heard a lot of good things about those. I'll tell you, Matco. I've never purchased a Matco ratchet. I've got a few different things from Matco. I've got a nice little set. Well, had a nice full set of wrenches, short metric wrenches. Dad bought them for me, got them off the truck. It was one of those deals where, I was like, I think I was about 16 or 17, and some of my presents come off the tool truck for about 3 years. So Christmas presents or birthday presents. I think one year he got me that little set of wrenches. One year he got me a set of screwdrivers, and yeah, he got me some PZ tip Phillips heads, and I had no clue what to do with those things. So those tools have been good, but here a few years back, Matco was having trouble with warranty. They couldn't get parts and couldn't rebuild people's ratchets. So that is stuck in my head, and I don't know why. I mean, it's been 10 years. They're over it now. I mean, it was because one of the big companies was shutting down, and I can't think of who it was right now. And they just couldn't get parts, and someone else makes them now, but yeah. See. Quick hit on the sales, perhaps. Love it. Replace the starter on a peak because I didn't want to wait 3 days. I understand that. Was a pretty tough job? I mean, it was probably about 100 pounds or more for that starter alone. How you doing, Poppy? Papa. Let's see, Baldy. The Matco Flex head, especially 33 and a half, best flex long handle on the market. I've heard that. Old Coon Trucking really loves his. He ain't talked about them much lately, but he was a big fan of them. Let's see. I'm doing good, Papa. It's the only truck tool I have. I wanted a locking flex head and couldn't find one in the store. Hey, I understand. I might look for one, see what I can buy. Maybe look on eBay, see if I can't find something. I wouldn't mind trying one out. I think Coon is happy now that he has a snappy dealer to make content with. Hey, that's a big deal because here he had 3 solid videos a week, and all of a sudden Snappy went away, and even though his Matco guy moved in that Friday slot, it was kind of messed up. And there for a minute he had what is his name? He had Monday, he had Mac, he had Matco and Snap-on. So we had 4 a week that he was doing. Mac disappeared about the same time Snap-on did. So it's good that he's got that and he's able to do that Vim content. I like his stuff. I've been watching him for been watching Clay for at least 6 or 7 years. And so I don't think I was there in the early days, but I was there fairly early. Well, let's see. I know I started watching him at least in 2017. So whatever that works out to be. See. One Jeff's Milwaukee. That's cool. Not really hard, but I wasn't wasting 3 days, and the driver was really happy. Yeah, it's awesome. Is these your trucks, or do you work somewhere where, at a trucking company. And yeah, hate locks and flex head. There's some people that don't like them, Papa. I've on Coon Truck, and one of their guys would take the locking flex part off of it. See, my two big upgrades are flex head ratchets and wrenches. Cool. Clay come out with the idea on the blue helmet. Yep, I remember that. Keep thinking about getting flex head ratchets, wrenches, but no room in my box. I understand too. Wish my 15-year-old son would take interest in tools. Sizzle, neither one of my boys would never take an interest until my youngest, at sometime around 18 or 19, when I would go help him work on his stuff, that eventually turned into his interest in tools. Before then, they could have cared less. It was all about video games or whatever else. They had no desire to fool with tools, because tools meant work, and they wasn't wanting to work, I guess, So locking head defeats the purpose of the flex head. Yeah, kind of. But sometimes you want it locked in one position, so you're not pushing on it and it, pushes out of the waist or whatever. But I understand what you're saying. Let's see. Easy solution, Ray, bigger box. Escort, oversized loads, 23 years of driving the thing. Okay, that's awesome. Is that a pretty good gig? Because I've thought about it a lot. I've not a lot, but I've thought about it. I think we've mentioned this before. I drove for a company that did a lot of oversized stuff, and my dad hauled oversized. But yeah, kind of wanted to get in on the escort deal. That would be cool. Truly hope my kiddo takes a liking to working on things. Coolest thing when Gramps was still around fixing something. There's 3 generations there. Yep. No room for a bigger box. I understand that. We all need to do that reminds me, Papa, I thought about doing a GoFundMe to buy you some toolboxes. If everyone wants to kick it in, I'll start it up. But we need to get Papa a toolbox. What you think, Papa? I saw your video the other day. That's why I'm saying this. See, neither of my sons into the automotive stuff. Daughter did though, and she's been in a car club or two around. That's awesome. Yep. Told him you will someday, and when you do, you will have them tools. Yep. Locking part allows you to set an out of position place, particularly in high torque situations. They can also be unlocked for that type of operation. The main thing I'm thinking about where you would need the lock and didn't want it moving on you. Let's say this is your engine block, and here's something an obstacle, and what you're trying to get to is right here. You've got an obstacle here, so I might lock it in so that I can go down in here and get it on that without, it's not going to work that way anyway, but without it flopping off to the side on me, And maybe you go back in there and unlock it once you get it on. It's just getting it on there can be, yeah. Let's see, locking part. Time for a bigger house garage. I make more money and sleep in a hotel every night, better food. Yeah, that's a big deal, Ray. That's a real big deal. See, don't want people using their money on me. Hey, I know, Papa, but you know what? If we could arrange it, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think it'd be worth it. I mean, from what I understand, you do a fair amount for your community and help some people out. So why wouldn't people want to help you out? You know? So yeah, I'm not saying, we go out and start begging people for stuff, but man, someone wants to help you out with a box, that would help the people you help out. Because if you can get your stuff in a in a way that you can organize it better so you can be more efficient, don't that help them out too? It's just something to think about. The lock is the best for 10 to 25-degree offsets in wheels and tools. Yeah. Wow, cursing engineers. Mac has a locking flex head ratchet. Problem is it's fully locking head. You're welcome, Papa. I don't know. I don't know if that will gain any traction anyway, but hey, you never know. Yeah, I'd love a new box too. Maybe we can find something, used that's in decent condition that would be good too. But see, it would gain a bunch of laughs. I get what you're saying. So last topic, sorta, and it's really more just a heads up. My youngest moved out a month ago, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, and that opens his room up. Well, right now this is my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom doing this. But hopefully in the next few weeks I'm going to have a office where I'm going to have me a little studio area where I can do some of the videos as well as the lives, and it looked better for what it is. Won't have my, tissue paper right behind me and, my printer and all that stuff. It'll just be stuff like that stuff up there, and should look a little better. So yeah, but we'll see how that goes. So expect that change to be in the next month or so. I've got to redo the floor in there, a few other things before I move in. There ain't no sense in moving in without getting everything right. But see, U.S. Generals are incredibly affordable. I got some penny squirrel away for the next one. They are great boxes. I can't complain about my 72. I can't complain at all. And I'll tell you what I did. So every year for like 5 or 6 years, we would get back money on income tax. And when we'd get that money back, I'd set aside a part of it for a big tool. So one year it was a welder, or the next year it was something else. And one year I bought my 72-inch tool cabinet and the side locker. And next year it was a TIG welder. The next year it was a plasma torch, and I think I stopped getting big income tax checks back after that. But yeah, 72. Those U.S. General boxes are good boxes, solid boxes. Now, would I load it down fully weighted and move it around? No, but it wouldn't make sense to move a 72 around a lot anyway. Now, if it was a 40, the 42, whatever, yeah, that one. But still, I wouldn't load it down super, super heavy, because it will beat it up pretty good. When I get the room, I'm getting a Icon 72. That's cool. They look nice. No turning back now. Empty nesting. Yeah, It was sad. I'm telling you, it was sad him moving out. And then there was one day he come over here and I he thought I wasn't home. I was in here in the bedroom, and he was, wanting to see me, and I heard him, and I didn't get up real quick, and then when I finally come out, I seen that he wasn't in here, and I was like, oh man, he's gone, and I was sad. Then I went outside, and he was still sitting outside, and he said the same thing when he thought I wasn't here. He was sad. uh, let's see. No turning back now. Have to keep their tissue paper. Yeah, especially my nose is running like a faucet. I got, just so y'all know, last week, I don't know if y'all could tell that my voice, that I was a little sick. It got worse. It got a little worse on Monday, and it was like I was sore all over and just feeling crappy. I woke up Tuesday and I was done. I was coughing like a storm. My sinuses were messed up. I called the doctor. Can you believe that? Guys calling the doctor? I don't do that. I called the VA up. I said, hey, here's my symptoms. Da, 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 da. I was hoping they'd give me something for my sinus infection. But I told them, so my jaw, let's see, which jaw was it? This jaw was hurting. And it was hurting pretty bad. And it's because my sinuses was swelling it up, and it was putting pressure on it. And I told them that my jaw was hurting. I was having a little trouble breathing because I was coughing and congested and everything. Well, they took it as signs of a heart issue, and they're like, nope, got to go to the emergency room. We're not going to do anything for you. Go to the emergency room. So I spent, Tuesday, I spent, I guess, 6 hours in the emergency room, and for them to give me about 6 medicines to take home and take: an antibiotic, a steroid, 2 things for cough. What else? One more thing. I forget what it is. But anyway, yeah. So, yes, but then, so I say that to say Wednesday, I started finally feeling a little better. It hasn't all went away. I'm still got stuff all in my lungs. Still feel a little funny, but it's taken me a week and I'm getting better. Let's see. The ones should appreciate what I do. Is the ones who can't afford take the shot, and some of them still cry about it. Yes, that's always going to happen, Papa. The U.S. General Sick Service card. Is that the one with the, see, 1, 2, I don't know. Is it the tall cart with the opening lid, or is it the cart with the like 5 or 6? You either got a 5 drawer or a 4 drawer, and it's got space in the bottom and then the opening lid. I've been looking at the taller one. Sure, Papa, definitely. Started working at the bowling alley as a pinstriper, pin setter mechanic, just for extra cash. That sounds cool. I hope it's not too bad of a job. Well, that and help them out. I understand. Got respect for you there, Papa. Spent many years bowling and knowing machinists for them. It's cool. I love your story, Papa. Once I get my shop and bike lift, I'm going to show younger guys how to fix their bikes. That's cool. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, the full size. Okay. But yeah, and if any of y'all watching this don't go watch Papa, go hit his channel up. I'm sure all of you do, but if there's one of you don't, go hit it up. He's got some pretty neat stuff. It's like trying to put 300 pounds of shit in the 30-pound bag. I understand. Listen, everybody, I have 2 more assignments, plus I got to polish this paper up. And I got to get it all done before midnight. I really need to get it done before 10 o'clock because, after that, I'm keeping my wife up and just being an asshole. So I appreciate y'all sticking in here. I will, be back next Sunday for sure. Maybe I'll get a video or 2 done this week, but look forward to seeing y'all again next Sunday. Y'all take care and have a great week. Be blessed. Take care of each other. See, I will after the live is over. Let's see. As big as them pin setters are, there's no room. Happy Thanksgiving. Sorry about that. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all have a blessed one. Eat lots of turkey for me. I'm going to be smoking one out here on Wednesday. Y'all take care.